one-time thing. And tonight, we had some guys who were blasting the ball. And you know what? If you want to be a great player, you would have run down those balls, okay, instead of having a coach have to turn around and say to you 4 times, get focused, get serious, get yourselves out of the grass. Because you guys told me you wanted to be a more focused team, a more disciplined team. And is what I saw out there, was that being focused and disciplined? I wasn't even watching, but I could hear the coaches yelling at you, come on guys, stop screwing around. See, that's your goals. And that's why you need to establish goals for yourselves as a team as to how you're going to move forward. Okay? It is part of the maturing process of a player, of an athlete, is establishing goals for yourself and your team. Okay? We talk about personal goals. Your lives will be so easy if you learn at your age to put goals in front of you to work for. That's academic. That's social. That's your family. Okay? That's your athletics. Life is always, you do not, in today's society, everything is measured in goals accomplished. Okay? You have to learn at your age because it's going to be very important when you get older. Because, to be honest with you, things just get more complicated because of technology, where you can get lost. Learn to set goals for yourself, write them down, talk to your coaches, talk to your parents. Go home and ask your dad, hey dad, ask your dad this question. Okay, because I can tell you what my family, my son better be able to tell you. What does our name represent? What does my name represent? What does our name represent? What's your name represent? Go home and ask your dad, Dad, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? What do I represent as a young man? Okay? Look, my son, honesty, integrity, character, and courage. And I tell him every decision, everything you do, you live with those 4 words to guide you. Okay? Use those as goals of the way you want to be as a person, and you will always be looked on favorably. Okay? It's a fun thing. Your dads would get a kick in the tail if you came home and asked them that mature question. And then when you ask it, you live by it. Okay? I learned in 8th grade. I was lucky. I went to a military school. Okay? And I learned those things when I was in 8th, 9th, 10th, and halfway through my 11th grade year before I went to do counseling. Alright? To this day, I still, every decision I make, I think about those things in my mind. Okay? Tomorrow night, you go out there. We had adjustments we talked about tonight that were very simple. We need to play together. You remember how you stretched tonight? Remember how you stretched out on the bats? Okay? Do that same thing tomorrow night. What are you trying to plant in the other team's mind? Get what? You're better. You stand taller. You walk prouder. You look better. You play better. You're better coached. You got better coaches. And you got better players. You walk out there with a swagger. Like I told you, man, since 1998, I've never stepped on a baseball field that I honestly did not take that field and strut my feathers like a peacock or a rooster. When I walked down, I made sure everybody knew I was there. You know what I mean? I always looked better than the other coaches. Always made sure I stood taller. Always made sure I gave him a firmer handshake. And I always knew I could beat him. And if I didn't beat him, it was one reason. I ran out of innings. Period. I just flat ran out of innings. Alright? So important for a baseball player. You know, field presence. We talked about field presence and big bodies and how they can carry presence. Alright? The way you hit, really? You hit like you're 6'2". You hit like you're bigger than George. You hit better than him. When he was your age, he didn't hit like you. Alright? You gotta step out there. That confidence, that swagger, okay, is what we call field presence. Alright? It's the way you take your position between innings. I always say, you know, a good baseball player is someone you want to watch. And you know, another good baseball player is someone who can self-evaluate himself. Because you can't lie to yourself. So when you're out there in between innings, the thing you have to ask yourself as you're playing in the grass, are you someone that everyone out there wants to watch? Because those are the players coaches are looking for. You understand? We all want to be the man. Who here doesn't want to be the man? You shouldn't be on the Pirates team. You should be playing on a lesser level. We all want to be the man. So when you step out there, you carry that confidence. What did we learn today?